Hi everyone, Yorthany Dad Tano here, the internet's busiest music nerd, and it's time for a review of the new Bad Bad Not Good record 4. This is the fourth full-length LP from contemporary Toronto jazz outfit, Bad Bad Not Good, and as you may already know, I've been a pretty big fan of their past efforts, specifically BBNG and BBNG 2, where for the most part the band was delivering these fiery, exciting renditions of popular hip-hop instrumentals, of course with a jazz flavor. But as the band progressed, and this totally makes sense, they started to incorporate more original material into their records, bringing us to the album BBNG 3. And even though I think some of the sounds on this record were pretty inventive, and it was cool to hear the band put their creative juices to the test, there was something I kind of missed on this record, and it was the fiery improvisational performances that were so exciting about the first two Bad Bad Not Good records. So with this new record over here, I'm kind of hoping that makes a return. And also, I was pretty excited to listen to how the band would incorporate the impressive list of musical guests on this thing. Kaytranada appears on this thing, a bit of a tit for tat situation, I'm sure, because Bad Bad Not Good appeared on his record. Also Sam Herring of Future Islands, saxophonist extraordinaire Colin Stetson, Charlotte Day Wilson, and also rapper Mick Jenkins. And we also have to mention that Bad Bad Not Good is not just a trio anymore, at least on this record. They are now a quartet with Leland Whitty on saxophone. He collaborated with them in the past, and now it seems that he is a full-time member on this project. Now, overall with this project, there are a lot of things to like, but the reservations that I have are roughly the same reservations that I had with the band's last album. The band is exploring some interesting sounds and moods and textures on these 3 or 4 minute cuts, like with the very eerie and spacious track And That Too, the very fat lead synth bass lines on the Kaytranada track Lavender, those really stick out. The very dreamy, slow, and sensual CHOMPY'S Paradise was a pretty interesting moment, and the closing cut on here sounds like a densely layered and very ritzy piece of lounge jazz straight out of the 70s. Once again, Bad Bad Not Good comes off as versatile, but some of these performances on here are kind of mild and not exactly attention-grabbing, in my opinion. However, the saving grace of this project, though, is how impressively the band incorporates their guests. Like on the song Confessions Part 2 with Colin Stetson. There's some serious chemistry on this track. I love Colin's just very avant-garde and strange saxophone playing style and how it works into the funky instrumentation hanging in the background. His cyclical arpeggios all over this track work really well. And the piano playing and the drum playing just comes off so muscular on this track. You could tell that they were really, playing hard on this cut. And I like that this is one of the longer songs on the project too. The band and Colin Stetson really gave this track time to kind of simmer. The title track is one of the more dynamic cuts in the track listing here. It has all of these very chill instrumental passages which are accented with these speedy solos and syncopated drums and pianos, some fluttering saxophone too. And then the other star of the show are some of the vocal features on here, like with Sam Herring and Charlotte Day Wilson, both of whom appear on tracks which sound like vintage soul throwbacks and actually go over really well. Not only because Bad Bad Not Good with their musicality, with their performances, and the production on this thing really capture that old school sheen, that old school soul sound, but Sam Herring and Charlotte do a really great job of capturing that vibe as well with their voices, especially Charlotte. She seems very much cut from this kind of cloth. Sam adjusts, though, to this kind of instrumentation really well with his raspy, passionate delivery. I will say, though, maybe my least favorite track on the whole project was the song with Mick Jenkins, not because I think either artist did a horrible job on the song. It's just I don't really feel like there was much chemistry on this cut. It felt like just any old Bad Bad Not Good instrumental and then Mick just kind of appearing on top, rapping, and there's a bit of a long-winded, ham-fisted chorus on this thing that is just not memorable at all. Still though, despite those complaints, this is just kind of another good Bad Bad Not Good record. And with this project, they are clearly maturing as a band and trying out new things and seeing a lot of success. Unfortunately, the project isn't as cohesive, nor is it the pedal to the floor experience that I was looking for, but the vocal guests and the added instrumentation that they've been throwing into the mix in their music seems to be going over really well. And unlike the last Bad Bad Not Good record, rarely do the instrumentals here sound overly complex or kind of stiff with all the added instrumentation surrounding the bass and the drums and the pianos. You know, there are really some fluid grooves all over this thing. Bad Bad Not Good, they seem like they're still kind of in a transitional phase here, and who knows how long that'll be, as long as they continue to experiment and try new things. And as long as they're doing that, they're going to keep things interesting. I'm feeling a strong 6 to a light 7 on this album. Transition. Have you given this album a listen? Did you love it? Did you hate it? What would you rate it? You're the best. You're the best. What should I review next? Hit the like if you like. Please subscribe. And please don't cry if you happen to disagree with my thoughts on this album. Bad Bad Not Good forever.